Hey nerds, so I just went through the story mode and I'm just going to talk about the most obvious thing that's there, okay? So, if you haven't done the story mode yet, and you don't want to be spoiled to characters or otherwise, I'm just going to tell you right now, you probably shouldn't watch this, because I'm just going to point out the obvious, okay? So we're just going to go into the blaze, both in the chapter and, I guess that would be a metaphorical way of speaking. I'm not too sure, but, during this chapter we were introduced to, of course, I guess Halbende and, of course, Ylgr. Or would that be Ylgr? I think it would probably be Ylgr. But, of course, they've been the two characters that have been kind of playing off each other for a little while. You realize that Ylgr seemed to at least think that Halbende was alright and all that fun stuff. But, would that be Bindy? I don't know. Anyways, Bindai? Hellbindai. Either way. When it comes to these characters, there's something really odd about them. Mostly, well, we're just going to skip and we're going to go straight into the battle here. Because I'm sure a lot of you probably picked up on the obvious thing that was going on, okay? So, I'm just going to put it up there, and we're going to end this battle as quickly as possible. It's nothing too hard. They're all going to come down and try to kill her, and then I'm just going to let this happen. Have fun, Fjorm. But, the main thing I'm talking about, of course, is just so incredibly obvious. I'm hoping it's not a writing oversight on their part, but, unfortunately, the character of the day, the one that they actually gave a lot of new art and model to, sprite-wise, well, it seems he died. He had a lot of character development, at least, well, kind of some character development, to give you a bit of an idea. He wasn't all bad. He actually encouraged Ylgr to actually, grow up to become strong and get revenge on this nation that he's of course talking about Muspel, and he thinks it's trash, or at least a garbage heap, which, you can really think of whichever you want, but from here, though, this is where things get a little weird, okay? So, we're introduced to her. She, of course, she knows who Fjorm is, considering that, well, you can obviously tell they're related, but in case you wanted any sort of, confirmation, clarification at all, yeah, it's pretty obvious, but the one thing that really happens here is, of course, is that, yeah, younger sister. The youngest, in fact. And from there, we also find out that Fjorm also has a brother as well. And, younger brother. And, well, actually, older brother, I'm sorry. Older brother. And then from there, we're going to have to talk about what's going on here, because there's one thing that is really odd in this story. And one thing that I'm just kind of going, yeah, this might be obvious. So, as many of you are maybe hoping that you might be able to get Small Girl, I'm just going to tell you that chances are that might not happen. Because, pay attention to some of these lines here, okay? So, Ylgr's, of course, going, oh, who are these people, And Fjorm's just, she's eager to tell, because, of course, we're friends and all this other fun stuff. But, the cough takes over and she's unable to finish her lines. And Ylgr's just like, okay, I'll help out. We'll get through this. I want to come with you. And, it's so sweet. She's a cute little girl. What could possibly go wrong here? But then, well, as we go along in the lines here, I found you. There's no way you're getting rid of me. She wants to come along, so, and of course, we're kind of hesitant. That's the big thing here, but I just want to point out the obvious. Right there. She knows your name. How does she know your name when Fjorm didn't finish the introductions? And also, is this just an oversight, or... I'm on to you, little girl. This is either the most obvious plot twist out there, or an oversight in their writing department, which I'm hoping it's more of a plot twist than an oversight. But I'm just going to go out on a limb and just call this the obvious plot line that is obvious, and that, of course, being the fact that this little girl here, right here in front of you, that is Loki. There is no way of, I'm just saying, she can transform into whoever she wants. So it would make sense if you were transferring, if you could be a little sneak like that, you'd probably want to have someone on the inside following along with your enemies. And since we're heading straight for Surtur at this point, it would make sense to have someone who could relay any information that's going on right now. or possibly get close to the supposed mega weapon that can kill Surtur. What I'm trying to say is here, small girl very evil. Small girl not small girl who you think small girl is. Small girl will kill us, probably. And chances are small girl may already be dead. Unless, of course, this is a huge writing oversight, in which case, oh boy, we're getting into that debate again, but I'm going to keep, of course, everything out of the thumbnail and all that fun stuff, but that's very obvious, IS. Very, very obvious. So, I'm really hoping that maybe this will lead to, I'm hoping that maybe we'll get Fjorm's brother, or maybe, just maybe, you know, since, well, Gunthra's already dead, we have her already. I'm hoping that maybe they'll bring out Small Girl and Brother. That's Small Girl and Brother. I feel like I'm in a Rocking Bullwinkle show right now. But I'm hoping that maybe they'll become legendary heroes because, I mean, you made art for them. You might as well. I feel bad for her, that Axeman in this story chapter. I'm not even going to try to say his name. He had, like, a whole chapter dedicated to him, and then he died! Sad times, but yeah. Either writing oversight, or mysteriously giant-breasted woman who may betray us in the end. It's hard to say, but there's my achievement. Alright, that's enough story time with sages. For now, nerds, catch y'all later. Do tell me what you think is going on.